Let's give it up for Kenny and Rico.
Hey everybody, my name is Rico Victoriano. I'm Kenny's business partner. Just a little bit about myself. I'm born and raised in Seattle. I'm actually grew up about 5-10 minutes away from here in an area called Central District. I have two daughters, so I'm definitely a girl dad. And I've been with my life partner for 25 years now, and most of you have met her. If not, you probably will at some point. Um, I've been in real estate. I've been a real estate investor for 8+ years now. I started fixing and flipping in Atlanta, just based on the price points and my risk tolerance at that time. Once I got comfortable and got more experience, I took my, I guess I took my talents up here locally and started flipping. I did my first flip here. It was a flip in Linwood, probably around 2018, 19. I met Kenny, we actually met in Sub 2. I've been in Sub 2 since June 2020. I'm one of the first 300 students. So I guess I'm basically a triple OG. And yeah, Kenny and I used to hop on the weekly meetings. And after the meetings, we would talk for hours about different deals. And we're like, hey, let's just join forces, and yeah, and here we are.
Real quick, because Rico didn't say it and you can barely see it there, I got to tell him your business a little bit. He's the only person I know personally. How many people have done a triple-digit wholesale assignment fee? Curtis, Mark, Jackson. How many people have heard of triple-digit assignment fees in wholesaling? Okay, so don't be counting his pockets, but what was the size of that wholesale you did?
It was actually my first creative finance deal. It was a deal in West Seattle, and I sold it to a developer, and I made $250K on an assignment fee. So that was my little claim to fame in the community.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna break down one. We're supposed to talk about creative financing. If you guys know us, you know that's what we do. We love being creative. But you guys hear us talk. We do meetups. This deal right here has all of it in it. So we're trying to get everything in one deal, so we don't have to go through a whole bunch of different deals. Rico's gonna go over the numbers and like where we got the deal from, and all that kind of good stuff, then I'll come back in a little bit.
Well, I'm not really sure about the numbers, but so the story of this deal, Pace did a challenge. He does a lot of challenges all the time, and he did one challenge, I forgot what it was called, but Kenny stepped up to the plate and wanted to be one of the leaders of that challenge. One of the students who joined the challenge brought us this lead. Her name is Tara. She's usually here at our meetups. But she brought us this lead. She talked to the agent. The property was on market for 180+ days. And like the seller was kind of in a desperate situation to get this off. And so us being creative finance experts, we structured some terms, got this property subject to pre-foreclosure. So he was on a shot clock, and we did our magic. And a bunch of people were in the good. I guess the good thing about this deal was that a bunch of people were involved that are in our circle. We use a transaction coordinator, which is Sabrina Stewart here. She's the best transaction coordinator. So if you guys ever need one, definitely reach out to her. So she was on it. Sabrina Maples initially got us into the property because she is an agent also up here. And who else? We used a private money lender on this deal, so we were zero money out of pocket, and the private money lender is from the sub-2 community also. So it was definitely a team effort.
Yeah, everybody who touched this is part of the community. So this is what anytime we do deals, we try to, didn't you insure it while we were working on it?
I think that I did this one, yeah.
So Kayla also is our insurance person. She insures all our flips, all the rentals. So like, when we talk about community and we keep it in a family, we try our best, to do that. Okay, so these numbers are from the HUD. So again, you saw the purchase price up there. He was behind 33,000. So we actually kind of used two lenders. We did one for the gap, and then we used a PMP to kind of replace that. So we kept that PMP is still getting paid every month off of this deal. Oh, if you guys don't know the difference, PML, private money lender, PMP is private money partner. That means they partner with you, they bring the financing, you bring the structure, and then you kind of split. So like when things like we have to pay for pest control, we split that with the PMP. PMLs just get interest, right? Nathan could probably tell you a little bit about that if you guys don't know a little bit, The arrears were 33, so we had to bring that, right? We took care of the bird dog, agent. The seller wasn't gonna get anything, but we always try to give the seller something, even if they don't say we don't want anything. It's like, no, you're gonna catch something, because it just seems like the reciprocity. If somebody doesn't have anything and they start seeing what you're doing with the deal, it just doesn't feel right to not give them something if we can make it happen like that. So we always add something to the seller. And I didn't put Sabrina's numbers on here because she can tell you how much she charges to do things. So I won't tell you how much we pay. So here's the HUD, just because I wanted to validate and make sure that you guys know that we are not capping. You see the highlighted, that's the same house. You can go look on it, we still own it. The exit strategy. Sober living. It's a big topic. I don't want to say it's a touchy topic. You have to approach it the right way. There's people who are making it something, and it's a great strategy. But our goal here, we're going to have somebody come speak who we work with directly, but they couldn't make it. So we use Oxford House in this house. Now you're saying, oh, I can get a deal. I can go get somebody out of pre-foreclosure. I'm just going to go talk to Oxford. Don't do that, right? So what we did was, under contract, our contingency was contingent upon Oxford walking it, giving us the right number in our paperwork. That had to happen for us to move forward. We didn't buy this and just bet on the come that they were going to be okay and we're going to get them in there. We've seen that happen in Airbnb. People just buying Airbnbs, going, oh, I'll just Airbnb it. It doesn't rent the person. And one thing that we learned on this deal, we made a standard for ourselves on this deal because of other things that we've learned over the past, like Sabrina was saying, making little mistakes here and there, is this house penciled long term. It didn't pencil crazy, but this is a pencil long term rental. So we like to say a good LTR makes a great STR, makes a great MTR. So how we secured ourselves was we had to get the okay and the numbers and the kind of a pre-thing from Oxford saying that they would pay us X amount, which was over what we needed to cover everything. And then we moved forward, right? So this is one of our sturdy deals because we entered it the right way. Now, just a caveat, I spoke to the director of communications at Oxford House. We were talking to him about letting somebody come speak. They're kind of getting bombarded with people, hitting up people trying to get involved in circle living. And he asked me to caution everybody. They're concerned, right? So if you're going to get into this, get into it with the right heart, with the right intention. This is a people business. We're helping people who don't have other places to go, and we do not want to mess it up for them. They get in some heat sometimes because they have some bad properties, and then people in the neighborhoods don't want them in the neighborhood sometimes because even if they're not doing anything wrong, but they hear about this other one, they hear about this other one. So we have to approach this strategy with the right heart and the right energy. The money will follow right? Because there's money involved in it. But I would try to lead with purpose and lead with value before you try to make this your get rich, middle, fast, or quick or slow strategy, right? So that's all we wanted to talk about, touch on the sober living part. Didn't want to add anything to that because it is something that is really, really good to try to do, right? And we're working on some other things like Dee's kind of working on some stuff that is aside from this. There's many ways to do Oxford. There's different tiers. I mean, not different. There's many ways to do sober living. Oxford's only one company, right? It's just the biggest. So it's the one that people hear about, but there's a lot of different continuation of care companies. There's people who operate them outside of an entity as well. So again, great strategy, great service. You're providing something for people, but just try to do it the right way. If you don't have anything else, Rico?
I think one good part with working with Oxford is, I mean, it's not totally hands off, but this property is definitely probably the easiest to deal with. Out of the 3 years we've been working with Oxford, they probably called us maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's not, it wasn't anything, it wasn't a big issue or anything like that, but yeah, I think that's a good benefit. Also, they take care of all the repairs, all the maintenance stuff. So
Yeah, and they so it's some people say it's like triple net, but like we're still responsible for things breaking in our house, right? It's still our house. They're tenants. So if something breaks, like the dishwasher, we got to take care of that. So when people think that like Oxford's going to come and like what they'll do is if they can fix it, then they'll try to take care of it. But it's still your property, right? So when you get into this, don't think that you're going to just be able to set it and forget it because you're still responsible for things going breaking and stuff like that. But yeah, let's keep this thing moving and appreciate you guys for giving that time. If you guys have any questions about that, they did say if somebody is interested, that I can kind of connect them to the right people. So get up with Rico and me, and we can give you the director of communications information. They just don't want everybody just kind of bombarding them if you're not really intending on moving forward. But let's move on.